started. In this chapter, we are going to see photography. So camera and computer technology is essential to business, advertising, education, government, mass media, and entertainment, right? And it has commercial applications and personal applications. Among these, individuals are artists who have carved out a space for human expression within the vast flow of information and images that the camera and the computer have enabled. So let's quickly see the brief photography history. So the earliest written record that has come down to us of the principle behind photography is from Chinese philosopher named Mo Tai, who lived during the 5th century BCE. And Mo Tai noticed that light passing through a pinhole opening into a darkened chamber would from an exact view of the world outside, but upside down, just like this image. A century or so later, the Greek philosopher Aristotle observed a similar phenomena and wondered what caused them. And early in the 11th century, the Arab mathematician and physicist Al-Hazen set up an experiment in a dark room in which light from several candles passed through a pinhole in a partition, projecting images of the candle frames into a surface on the other side. So Al-Hazen's works circulated in translation in Europe, where early scientists continued his investigations into the behavior of light. But it was not until Renaissance that a practical device was developed to harness those principles. It was known as camera obscura, Latin for dark room. So with the development of lenses during the 16th century, the camera obscura could be made to focus the image it projected. Artists of the time concerned with making optically convincing representations through perspective and chiaroscuro welcomed this improved camera obscura as a drawing tool. So I'm going to share a video to show how camera obscura is working for your understanding.
How to transform a room into a camera obscura. A camera obscura, also known as a pinhole camera, is the concept that made modern-day photography possible. Now use the same principle to turn a whole room into a walk-in camera. A room with one window, 3 or more 28 by 22-inch sheets of black poster board, a flashlight, a utility knife, and duct tape. Optional, a white sheet, a blanket, and a camera with exposure settings. Step 1. Find a room that has a window with a decent view. Look for a blank wall opposite the window since that's where the picture will be projected. If it's not blank, hang a white sheet on the wall. Step 2. Unscrew the ring from the top of the flashlight and remove the lens. Place the ring in the middle of the sheet of poster board and cut a hole around it. Then, tape the ring to the cardboard with duct tape. This will be the lens for the camera obscura. Step 3. Tape the remaining poster board over the window, overlapping if necessary. Leave an area uncovered in the middle of the window for the lens. Step 4. Tape the lens backing to the window with duct tape. The window should now be completely covered, and aside from the lens hole, there should be no light passing through. Step 5. Turn off all lights in the room and close the door so that the only light entering the room is from the camera lens. After a few minutes, your eyes will adjust to the dark and an image should appear on the wall opposite the window.
All right, so that's the behavior of light we just saw, through the camera obscura. So despite the sophistication of modern photographic equipment, the basic mechanism of the camera is simple, and it is no different in theory from that of the camera obscura we just saw. So there are two mirrors now in the modern camera. So the light go through the lens like this, and it reflects on the first mirror to the second mirror, and then it goes to the third mirror. I'm sorry, it just go to this side, the top side, and then go to the second mirror, and it reflects on the opposite side of the window we see like this. So we can see the object not upside down with one more, with the two lenses, two mirrors in the camera. So now let's see the beginning of the camera. A French inventor, Niepce, worked with a specially coated pure plate in the camera obscura. In 1826, Niepce recorded a fuzzy version of the view from his window after an exposure of 8 hours. Niepce was corresponding with another Frenchman, Daguerreau, who was also experimenting with method to fix the photographic image. The two men worked separately and communicated in code to keep their progress from prying eyes. However, in 1839, Daguerreau made the breakthrough, recording in his studio an image that was clear and sharp by method that others could duplicate easily. Daguerreau's light-sensitive surface was a copper plate coated with silver iodide, and he named his invention the daguerreotype. So this is his breakthrough photograph, and which is the first photograph image in the world. Daguerreau made the image illustrated here in 1839, the year the French government announced his discovery to the world. However, for all its early success, the daguerreotype was ultimately a blind delay for photography. The process produces a positive image, an image in which light and dark values appear correctly. So, which means the image is unique and cannot be reproduced. The plate is the photograph like this. So the future of the photography instead lay in photography that produced a negative image, one in which light and dark values were reversed, like the right side image. The negative could be used again and again to create several positive images on light-sensitive paper. So photography found its essence as an art of potentially unlimited low-cost multiples. In early photography, required long exposure times and bulky equipment. This meant that photographers could not yet capture action. So the renowned civil photographer Timothy O'Sullivan created this image that have become part of the American cultural identity, yet non-pictures, a battle underway. So this conversion process had changed by the 1880s when technical advances reduced the exposure time to a fraction of a second, allowing cameras to capture life as it happened without asking it to pose. So then in 1888, an American named George Eastman developed a camera, the Kodak, which changed the photography forever. So this is the first, the early Kodak model with the film. So unlike earlier camera, the Kodak was lightweight and handheld, which meant it could be taken anywhere. The camera came loaded with a new invention, a roll of film, enough for 100 photographs. The Kodak and cameras opened photography up to amateurs, and it quickly became a popular hobby. From the beginning, there were photographers and critics who insisted that photography could also be practiced as an art. Today, photography is fully integrated into the art world of museums and galleries. And many artists who are not primarily photographers work with photographic images. So there are two great female photographers videos in the Moodle Room page. So here, after this meeting, everyone please go to week 7 and go find the week 7-2 photography page. And when you scroll down, you will see the camera obscura video we just watched together. And you will see 2 more links. These are the the great female photographers videos. Please watch them after this meeting. Probably you can see how contemporary photographers convey their messages through their photographs. I hope you enjoy these artist videos. And we have a sketchbook project related to this chapter. Give me 1 second. So this week, we are going to do photography work related to the chapter we just learned. Are you excited? This is going to be a piece of cake for you. For this project, you will need a smartphone or a digital camera or any camera you have. After taking a picture, then you will post your photo in the Moodle Room Sketchbook project forum page as usual. Then now let's see what we are going to take. So here is the theme of the project. Please take a picture which shows your identity, personality, and characteristics in a representational or non-representational way. It can be black and white, or it can be color. It can be abstract, or it can be figurative. Just to choose any style, theme, or objects which represent yourself. And please post your photograph with a short description as usual, and tell us why you think it represents yourself. It's very simple. Now, let me share my photography work. This is one of my photograph work. I always dream if I were born again, I would be a bird. So I could be free to go anywhere. And I also, I wish I could be living in the nature. So any civilized things could not bother me. That describes me. And I'm a person who would be free to travel and loves nature. So I just mixed, the a bird picture and the nature picture together in this photograph. So now let me share more examples. Some of the example might not be exactly related to the main topic of this project, but you can get some inspiration to take creative photograph. So this is a self-portrait, self-photograph by photo montage technique. You can use a photo editing application or program if you can use that, or you can print two pictures and make photo montage collage to create this kind of effect. And you can access conceptual theme for this project. You don't need to include yourself, to show who you are in your photograph. You can just take a picture of an object which is related to yourself. This is one of my favorite. So you can create a very interesting effect like this picture. The interesting point in this photograph is the saturation and the colors point. The girl's dress has only vivid color here, right? And the lake and the forest on the background is are the black and white. Also, the foreground here is brown with very low saturation. So overall work shows the very low saturation, especially in the subordination part. That makes this girl is a focal point. Very interesting photograph. And you can create a powerful photograph by using a dramatic concept like this work of art. Or you can take a picture of a place where is meaningful to you. Or you can make a story in your photograph. And you can make something fun like this photograph. It doesn't need to be very serious. If you like something simple and fun, you can find the easiest way for this project because it is also showing yourself. Oh, this picture tells us a strong message, a mother. You can show a message through your photograph. It must be also talking about yourself. And you can show a sense of humor, just like this picture. I think it's very rhythmical. And it can be grotesque, like this picture. Now, if it is related to yourself, you can do it like that. And if you need, you can add a simple drawing on your photograph. And you can choose a theme and an object to show yourself. Also, you can use a silhouette like this. So that's it. Don't make it complicated, everyone. Think it easy and make it simple. And the art is a visual language. So through this project, think about yourself and tell us who you are in a visual language. I can't wait to see your photograph work. So when you're ready to post your work, please go to week 7 and you will find here 7-2 sketchbook project for photography. Please post your picture here with a short description.